double doors of life. Things are changing and it ain't the way I like. On the replay, wish I could get a replay. Don't mean to hold ya, but I wanna do over. Gas up the ship, shoot me a text and let me know when it is time. I wanna get off. 1 star, would not recommend that we go far from here. I wanna get off. Stop the world.
A music podcast for the culture. Wild, wild thoughts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wild Thoughts. We got a whole lot to get into today. I am shocked because I was actually just informed that we will no longer have the Soul Train Awards or the BET Awards. Is that correct?
That's the real deal, man.
Can you explain, you know what I'm saying, what you're hearing and what's going on, V-Ray, so we can talk about it?
Well, I've read an interview with the CEO of BET, and he said that they are postponing. They're using the term postpone, but they're saying they're postponing both shows until further notice, that they don't have a timeline for when they might return. He's saying that the viewership has dropped remarkably, even with the theme of the last show, which was where they turned the corner and did more.
Yeah, I thought the last show was really, really good.
But I think in that, though, the expectation had been so low for so long that, viewership was dropping off from all the ratchetness that was going on in previous years. So the only people that really discovered it was the remaining people, where probably the reputation would have started to go back up had they continued in that vein and had a few more. But you know what I mean? It might have been too little too late. But at any rate, he said the demand had been dropping, but then the landscape of TV viewership has been changing altogether anyway, aside from what's happening with those shows. But he said that if they come back at all, they're going to have some new reimagined version of the shows that would be more in keeping with the current landscape as far as streaming and how shows are presented, which may mean there'd be some pay-per-view kind of shit or some shit like that. So who knows? That remains to be seen, unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this too. Do you think, because of the way social media is consumed, that's why one of the reasons they probably had to retool, because watching a long form award show for more than 2 hours just probably ain't the move for this particular generation?
Well, I think that probably has something to do with it, but I think too the content, man, has to be engaging for that long. Even if it's an hour, it's possible that the viewership could drop off if it's not just hella engaging. You know what I'm saying? It's relatable to more than just that tiny, I won't say tiny, but you know what I'm saying, that age range where, a Sexy Red is the shit kind of thing, where, like how they did it last time, they blended some old and some new and shit like that to keep it relatable to a broader audience and just make the content, just keep it going. They may have to change the rhythm of the show to keep people engaged for that TikTok mentality, that attention span. But I think it can be done. Even a 2 hour isn't out of the question, because movies are still 2 hours when you go to one.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It still has to be. It can't be any lulls, and it can't be anything that looks like it's ancient, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Plus the presentations, maybe the sets need to change. I wouldn't be surprised, though, honestly, if they did this shit for the black audiences, like how they do Jake Paul fights and shit. It's a pay-per-view event, and you can watch it on Netflix actually, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That may be what he means by reimagining the shit, by like they privatized everything else. They privatize your access to that type of content.
Right. Yeah, because I noticed a lot of people watch stuff like in clips, right? Like instead of watching the entire show, people tell me like, "Oh, I watched the clip of Kevin Hart talking about this," or "I watched the clip of the 106 & Park piece." So people was like ingesting it in different ways and clicks, as opposed to like watching the whole award show. Like a lot of people like, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw this. and I saw that. Like, so it's
Yeah.
like broken up in pieces. So I'm thinking maybe that's another way they're probably thinking about engaging people.
Yeah, make the whole presentation like an online experience. They could, you know, if they really wanted to do something like that. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some type of change, according to the CEO, and we'll see what it is. Though honestly, quiet as this kept, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just their way of Stephen Colbert and the Black award shows and shit. They just won't be back. They just call it a hiatus, and the show never wakes up.
Yeah. Stephanie said, I was just talking about this earlier, how when we were coming up, the artists took more pride in their performances and their images also, because BET is no longer owned by us. This is what we get. We can't have quality. We don't get it at all because
Exactly.
they want us to be presented as buffoons.
Right.
Can they stream it from 3 different locations? They probably can. You know, it's funny. I think, was it MTV who did that before? Like where they went live from like LA, New York, and Miami or something, and like they had the award show in 3 different places or something.
Yeah, see, something like that would be dope. Yeah, and maybe have it like how they do the New Year's Eve shit, where it's like a live audience, but not like in chairs and shit. Like, or maybe go to different locations for performances. That would be dope. You know what I'm saying? Somebody performing from London, a U.S. artist performing from London at the O2 or somewhere big. You know what I'm saying? Or have those snapshot glimpses into the artists that are on concert tours that can't be at the award show. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They're if they're clever about it, they can bring it back, but they have to want to bring it back. You know,
They have to want to bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, that was a blow. I didn't, you know, like I said right before the show, you told me I didn't expect that. Especially like one of my good friends, she had produced the last like few BET awards and the last few Soul Train awards. She produced them, so she works for with Jesse Collins' crew. And like I said, I think she did a good job, and I think she's one of the people who really listen to the people. Like she would really had her finger on the pulse because she's one of the ones who started when they started doing like the ciphers. She was a part of that when they started the BET ciphers for the hip hop awards. You know what I mean? And the tributes and switching the Soul Train awards to more like adult contemporary. You know what I mean? She was a big part of all of that. So, you know, shout out to Janae, who's on Clay, for all the work that she did for the culture, man. Because I know she really cares about the culture too, and I know she really cared about trying to give us something good to see when it came to that. Like she got the same kind of sensibility of us when it comes to music and entertainment. You know what I mean? And I think she was trying to do her best behind the scenes to give us that. So it sucks that, you know, this is where we are now. Steph said, but it doesn't have the same effect when you can't have the audience there so dry and boring. Ron said, new ownership, not for us, not by us. Yeah, man. I mean, I think you can have the audience there. Like I said, I mean, maybe this is a piece of a bigger conversation too. People don't care about the artists enough because we wanted to watch the award show because we cared about the artists enough to want to see them do a live performance in that setting. You know what I mean? Like, and I ain't talking about because I know everybody gonna go straight to like the Michael Jackson. Like, if Michael Jackson watching, we watching the whole show, and they gonna put that nigga on last. You know what I'm saying? To make us watch the whole show.
Right.
But I mean, you think about even the eras of like NSYNC. You know what I'm saying? The eras of New Edition. The era like when those people were on a award show, we cared enough to be like, if you had maybe 3 or 4 acts that we like on the award show, we're probably gonna watch the whole thing.
Well, you know, in keeping with that concept and also what Stephanie said, we have too much access to the artists now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a thing. It ain't an event that they own TV and gonna be performing live now because we don't see them in their panties and shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't see motherfuckers fishing and beating their kids and fighting motherfuckers and all this shit like that. So there's no novelty there to that glimpse of them anymore. So that's has to be a part of undermining that that thrill of seeing them for that 4 minutes, 5 minute performance, because that's not something you see unless you go into a concert. Now you can't pick up your phone without seeing some shit about a Cardi B or, you know what I'm saying, some celebrity.
Yeah, Ron said, I don't think the artists give us the same feeling as we had in the 90s and 2000s. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like one, like you said, V-Ray, I feel like we got way too much access to the artists. So there's no mystery. So we're not waiting to see them. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Right.
exactly, Ron. That's just what I was saying. He said no exclusivity anymore. They be for the streets. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we know too much about their lives, their boyfriends, the
Yeah.
breakups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we got way too much access. So that feeling of waiting to see them on TV, because you don't have to watch people on TV proper no more anyway. Because like you
Right.
said, you can just pick up your phone and pull up whatever you want. Steph said, I agree. There was a comedian who had a video going around earlier talking about how the younger generation needs to learn how to acknowledge and respect the older artists who came before them. He was saying how this new generation is so disrespectful when it comes to the old school. Yeah. Well, and I think that's been a problem. We've been talking about that for years in regards to how we don't revere our artists the same way like they revere rock and roll artists, right? Like
Yeah.
we try to say artists are too old and put them out to pasture, but rock and roll artists, you talking about, Rolling Stones, Aerosmith. Nobody's ever saying, "Oh, they too old
Yeah.
to still be doing their thing." So but I do think it's kind of changing a little bit with, something that we kind of touched on a little bit last week,
Yeah.
where we said, for the first time ever, hip hop is not a young man's game. For the first time ever, most of the best hip hop artists are 30 and over. And then you got the Clips, 48 and 52, putting out one of the best albums of the year. Slick Rick just put out a crazy album. LL Cool J put out a crazy album.
Yep.
Eminem last two projects have been crazy. You know what I mean? So, and Kendrick, even Drake with the battle, like Kendrick and Drake, they all like they over 30. So I think there's a shift changing in regards to that. And now people are like, people like, oh, Jay-Z too old. He needs to, but now people like, I want to hear a new Jay-Z record. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think we need to learn how to revere our artists, our older artists. And that's not just hip hop. That's even like when you talk about the oldies, like the Delphonics and the Isley Brothers, and like we need to honor them more than trying to put them out to pasture to be like, oh, they too old, they need to retire, time to give it up. Because I think only with black music do we do that. Try to put a time limit on how long somebody can be. Yeah, Nas to put out like 3 crazy projects. And what's crazy? I wasn't even a big Nas fan until the King's Disease projects, because he used to bore
really?
me, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, Nas used to really bore me. There was a few tunes that I liked, but I was not like the whole like, oh, Illmatic, one of the best albums ever. I was never that dude.
Yeah.
But I was telling somebody, I said I didn't understand Nas's music until I actually went to New York. Like when I went to New York, I like, oh, it makes sense. He sounds like New York. He actually sounds like the environment. He sounds like what New York looks like and feels like. So I see why New Yorkers love him and Wu-Tang Clan, because to me, Nas and the Wu-Tang Clan are quintessential to, like, if you want to feel what New York feels like without being there, listen to their music. And to me, they are the best examples of putting you there, kind of like how Snoop and Dre will put you in the West Coast, like this is LA. I feel like Nas and Wu-Tang, they put you in New York, like this is New York, this is the feel, this is the vibe.
Yeah, when you talk to New York natives, that's what they own. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even got to be like part of them putting on and trying to like have an impression, but it's just their ingrained East Coast swag or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree that I had a different impression of New Yorkers as well before I went there. I mean, I didn't know what it was. I met people from New York, but not in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
going there gave you a different understanding, a different backdrop for how they've evolved.
that's right, Marcus. Yeah, even Cube, Snoop and Dre put out a new album recently, the old hit. And that's what I mean. Yeah, it's like hip hop is like, it's like evolving to a place where you got some adult hip hop, because I feel like the Clips album is like adult hip hop. I feel like that last 2 Snoop albums actually are adult hip hop. It's a little more retrospective. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's shifting the conversation too, because the youngsters got like a lot of good singles, or like a good, like they'll have really good big record, but people like Dre and Snoop and Nas, like they have these lasting projects, like their whole albums, entire bodies of work. The Clips, entire bodies of work.
Yeah.
Even Q, and entire bodies of work, like this whole album. And I think that's the difference. And I think that's why people are really like kind of gravitating towards some of the older artists. Like we sat out here the other night, man, listen to that Slick Rick album. I was like, hey man, what I love about it is Slick Rick being Slick Rick. Like he not trying to be new, he not trying to chase what's happening in the day. He figured out how to update himself. He didn't try to update to today's music, but he figured out how to update. Like, how do I take what I did on Children's Story, Hey Young World, and update it to now? And I think he found like a nice little niche for himself in the way he did it, because it does feel like some of it feels like this is really Britain specific.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The production though is good.
The production is crazy.
Very dope.
Yeah, the production is crazy.
So I think that actually helps boost that premise that he's, he was able to keep his swag, and the beats actually help to modernize it, if you will, if anything.
He was gliding. He was gliding on the beats. Yeah, he was gliding on the beats.
Yeah.
Stephanie said, right, that's what the comedian was saying too, about how the younger generation is very short-lived, but the people that they're disrespecting have been doing this long and strong since they were kids, and now it's well into the 50s and still wanted to be the masses. Now the younger ones are fizzing out. Well, yeah, if you even think about it, these young artists not being able to perform open the door for all the old heads to be able to go back on tour, because they actually know how to entertain, and people still will pay tickets to see you entertain. So when you see these shows, these old school shows with Drew Hill, Jodeci, and SWV, and that's because they're literally filling a void. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're literally filling a void that's not being filled today. Excuse me.
While we wait, I'm going to recite the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me remove myself while I try to figure this out. Well, yeah, just talk to the people, V-Ray, about what we got going on Sunday. There we go.
Okay. Well, yeah, we got the gospel brunch and sing along happening from 4 to 7 on Sunday. So the band is boning up on some gospel repertoire that we're going to play, and we'll have some singers performing with the band, but it'll be like the audience is a choir. So we have a major sing along. It's at a cool spot in Inglewood, right across from the what's the name of the theater where we did the unplugged shows?
Miracle Theater,
right across from Miracle Theater, and I hear the food is really good there, and so there'll be a whole brunch style setup and wild bunch. So I mean that's a ticket in itself, and they have different price ranges for tickets where you can go from an individual ticket to reserving tables and stuff like that. All the pricing is on the website. Is it Ticketmaster? No, Eventbrite website. Yeah, and the link to the tickets is on pretty much every Wild Bunch member's page. Excuse me. If you see the flyer on their page, the link to Eventbrite should be there as well. But it should be a dope time. I'm looking forward to it and stuff, because I ain't been to church since a long time. So it'll be cool to be around some folks that know what it's about, especially from the choir tip, and hear some good singing and good music and this Wild Bunch. So that's the trifecta.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all come out if y'all can. Yes, Stephanie. So it's at the place is called Free Space, but if you know the Savoy, it's the Savoy. All right. So free space is what they call it now, but it's the Savoy. So if you want to come out, it's from 4 to 7. You can get there after church in time enough to go home, get ready, come out, get you some grub, and then get home by 7 o'clock. Get home by 8 o'clock, where you can still be ready for Monday morning. You ain't been put out too much. It's like the perfect time. And like V-Ray said, man, it's gonna be a really good time. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun for all my 80s and 90s babies. We want to bring back that 80s and 90s, choir vibe. If y'all remember how the choirs was back in the 80s and 90s before everybody went to praise and worship, we're gonna kind of bring that vibe back where everybody gets to participate in the choir. Because like V said, we want to turn the whole audience into the Savoy Mass Choir.
And sinners are welcome too.
Sinners are welcome too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want everybody to come out. So Stephanie said you would think that these executives would get a clue and bring back artist development. Well, they not. So the problem is, Steph, these labels are not even invested in the artist that much.
Yeah.
To where they even care about if they are developed as an artist. It's basically like now, let's squeeze the rock for how much water we can get out of it, and when it's done, throw the rock away and pick up another rock.
Well, the
You know
criteria
what I mean?
for finding artists is different now, because anybody that's got a following, a big following on social media and stuff like that qualifies. So artistry, songwriting skills, stage presence, none of that stuff matters, because all you do is set up a camera like this. We could get a fucking record deal right now. You know what I mean? If we get enough followers on this podcast and shit. So the criteria is garbage.
And I just to reiterate your point, V-Ray, I've been to a couple of meetings where the labels didn't even listen to the music. They asked how many followers, and if it wasn't enough followers, they ended the meeting. Didn't even hear the music. Like how many followers? Oh yeah, I gotta go get your followers up, then come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's basically where it is. So that means you imagine how much good music they probably missing out on because they stuck on a following and followers and not the actual art. Steph said the crazy part is a lot of these are fake followers. People will pay these bots to have all these fake followers on their thing to present as if they have all these people looking for them. Yeah. But also those bots, you could tell because like somebody will have like 80,000 followers, but all they posts have like 4 or 5 likes. There's real telltale signs to see if they have a real following.
Yeah.
Like, because even like us, like Wild Bunch, we'll probably have only like 3,000 to 4,000 followers, but our engagement is high because it's real people. So people are actually engaging with us and engaging with our posts. You know what I mean? That's different than I see people having 80,000 followers and like, because that's not going to lead to real organic fans. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. So even when you buy the fake followers, that's not really helping your case because it's about trying to have people that will actually support you. You know what I mean? Have people actually come out buy your records. Have people actually come out to your concerts.
Right.
So yeah, man, no more Soul Train Awards. That sucks.
Yeah.
You could just tell that everything media wise is shifting. And while we talk about that, let's skip to number 3. Diddy says he'll be back at the Garden after he gets out. Go sit your ass down somewhere.
I know. That nigga got Drake disease.
Yeah.
I'm relevant.
Drake
I'm relevant.
Look. Like, bro, if you get out the bullets you have dodged, you need to go sit down somewhere and just reflect. Get on the plane, go do some yoga with Russell Simmons.
Right.
And be quiet.
Yes.
Get the taste of baby oil out of everybody's mouth.
But it just feels like these people are pressed to appear unbothered, you know what I'm saying? So they try to make a spectacle of watch me not worrying about it kind of thing. Like turn on the camera so you can see I'm not worried about it. Like, dude, it's not important at this point. We've been overfed. So yeah, the best thing you can do is just go away for a while. Come back, 10 pounds or 20 pounds skinnier and stuff. So people are like, oh shit, Diddy been on his grind or whatever the fuck and shit. But just go away. Let people miss you, and really more so let people forget about you for a minute.
Yeah, because this is too fresh on people's mind. Nobody really rocking with you. Stephanie said the judge on his case is not playing with his ass. He tried to buy Donald Trump, but the judge like, I don't care who says what. You won't be getting out of here today. What up, Summer? Summer Hun. I hope you can come Sunday. What up, Shannon? All good. Glad you was able to join us. Yeah, Marcus said every time these niggas get out, they end up right back in jail. Sit your ass down and reflect. Yeah, man. Like the fact that, first of all, the fact that you talking about being in the Garden, that's the last thing you should be thinking about right now. What you should be saying is, I want to get out and I want to spend some time with my twins, reconnect with my boys and just be a daddy for a little while. I just want to enjoy being a dad, slowing life down. Like, that's what I would have wanted to hear. Because to me, that would also show him trying to be reflective as a person, him trying to actually be a better person. To me, the fact that he's just like, when I get out, nigga, I'm going to the Garden. I'm like, you have learned nothing.
The citywide freak off. At the Garden. Yeah. That's the last thing he needs is more publicity.
Yeah. Like, you need to go get you a little nice ranch somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice ranch, get you some horses, tend to your farm, bro, and
Yeah,
have the kids around you and just try to live a quiet life for a little while. Because it sounds like that's what you need.
that's the
Because you
garden that
clearly,
they
yeah, that's the garden you need. Like your
need.
kids have been traumatized by the things they heard about you. You just need to
Hmm.
go try to help them heal. You need to go do family therapy. Ain't no way your daughters should be in the courtroom hearing that you like to have semen rubbed on your nipples.
The yeah,
How
the
do you
whole
have Thanksgiving
relationship
dinner
is
after that?
the whole relationship is corrupted now, man. He ain't gonna have the same respect in the household. You
Hell no.
know
Like
what I'm
your
saying?
kids always gonna look at you with a side eye anytime you
Yeah,
say something. Anytime you try to tell them about a relationship, anytime you try to tell them about, sex and how to behave and all that, they were like, nigga,
yeah, you're right. I know what not to do, Dad. Thanks.
right.
You are the owner's manual on what not to do.
He said, like Khalees, he needs a whole new lifestyle. He really does. Like, and like, look, man, I don't want to see you on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to see you on social media when you with your kids. That all should be for you right now. You don't need no extra publicity. Go sit down so we could try to forget about some of this craziness. But I think you said, like you said, you called it, V-Ray, because you said it before this. You was like, I don't. He said this is what he need to do, but I don't think he gonna do it. And like
yeah,
you said, Drake's disease ain't
that's
nobody
what it
sitting
is.
there telling him, "Hey, bro, no, put the phone down." You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it has to be. I mean, people. I don't know why they feel like they have to be relevant. I mean, I get it because you are in the entertainment industry, but even the people that are hot in the industry go sit their ass down for a while when they're oversaturated in the market.
Yeah,
You have to unplug, even if you haven't been murdered in a rap battle or you know got
right.
1,000 bottles of baby oil at your crib and shit like that. You have to unplug for a while. Let the market breathe. Let somebody else take the center stage for a while, and then you come back with your thing. And you know what I'm saying? There's some rhythm to it, but just and like Suge Knight said, all up in the videos. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
All that stuff all the way from back to now. It's like, bruh, this is the one
Relax,
time
bro.
you don't need to be
Relax.
in any. Yeah,
Stephanie said, even when he get out, this is still going to be never ending because now people are coming with new lawsuits. There was one that just accused Gloria Estefan and her husband for trafficking through a tunnel between her and Diddy's house. Well, that's the other thing though. Like, even if new people coming, I think just the fact that we saw that Cassie video,
yeah, yeah.
everybody don't people look at you different, bro. And I don't think he even realizes that. Like, you just because you probably getting away with it in court don't mean that, the court of public opinion is gonna look down on you in a savory manner. Like people are gonna be like, yeah, you still a trash dude. And I don't think he understands that part yet.
But I think that he's aware of it, but he's like I mean, some stars like I hate to bring up Donald Trump, but they don't have the self awareness to be embarrassed about the shit. You know what I'm saying? They think that they are bigger than the problem that they created. So, when they lean into it with their personality and their whatever persona that they have, that the public's gonna be fawning over them instead of saying, "Get the fuck out of here, dude." We heard what you did, or we saw what you did, or whatever. I mean, he's gonna learn the hard way probably, but I'm just saying that they're not conscious enough of themselves to say, "I better not do that."
Yeah,
If this nigga's talking
yeah,
about Madison Square Garden, he clearly is not reading the room, bro.
yeah. And his lawyer, the one who came out and basically said it. You know what I mean? Like the lawyer's like, when he gets to the garden, I'm gonna be sitting right there. I'm like, you want to see, you want them enablers. You should be
Yeah.
telling them you don't need to be worried about getting to the garden right now. You
Mhm.
need to sit your ass down somewhere
Right.
and just enjoy life for a little bit. Take the money you got left that you didn't have to spend on this lawsuit and enjoy your life, bro. Take all
Yeah.
that publishing money you got from everybody.
Right. Right. You rich. There's no need for you to have to do a Madison Square Garden anything.
No,
You made your money a bunch of times over, and that's just the money that you didn't stash to avoid taxes. You know what I'm saying? You could go away and never work another day in your life and be 100% fine. Your grandkids would be good from where you
Yeah.
at, you know. But that craving, excuse me, for notoriety and visibility in the camera, clearly,
Sad, man.
yeah. But what can you do, man?
Stephanie said because his lawyer is only concerned about money. He don't care what he does. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Steph.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that got all them yes men around them and shit like that, you know, their motivations are always suspect.
Yeah. And on the next note, every time I think there's going to be a slow news day with Donald Trump, he makes sure that he's in there somehow. So 3 things happened over the past few days. He went after Charlemagne the God. I guess he didn't like what Charlemagne said about the Republicans probably going to turn on him soon. Second, he fired the lady who gave him the numbers for the jobs because he didn't like the numbers, so he fired her as if it's her fault that the job. You talk about no accountability.
Yeah,
And the third thing, you know, he said the Latinos that work in the field, their bodies are made for it, their backs are built for it.
yeah.
Like, dog, this is our president.
Right. Yeah. No.
Like, why are you going after somebody on the Breakfast Club? We are in the dumbest timeline.
He's because it's a media outlet. That's what it is. Because I mean, look at the following of Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club. Look at the following of Stephen Colbert, #1 late night talk show and shit.
Yeah.
So when they come out and say stuff against him, there's ripples to it. So he wants to shut that shit down.
Stephanie said, when is that V-Ray album gonna drop? He's been sharing a lot of his old schoolwork, and that dude got pipes.
I don't know if it's gonna drop, man. This is it. These are the drops. Just
right.
Doing those sing-along videos. I don't know. It's just something fun to do, man. Plus, like I got a lot of old music, and that's the way
might as well
to get it heard. Yeah. So
yeah.
And I
Marcus, you are dumb. Marcus said he should finally drive that Benz that he ain't even drove yet.
Hey, you know, Donald Trump, he went after Gayle King today or yesterday, saying she's washed up and she's her career is over and blah blah. It's like this motherfucker just cherry picking motherfuckers to say not you, her, not her, him. Like damn, bro. Like I don't know what his rationale is, but I mean there may be some validity to some of this stuff that he's saying as far as people being threatened that are on CBS, because I mean that are under that Paramount merger, because that one of his millionaire buddies is the one that owns the company that Paramount is merging.
Yeah, him and his cronies. It's also incestuous.
So yeah, the fact that he's naming names of CBS and on CBS and other Paramount affiliates, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, because apparently the owner of the company that Paramount is merging with, I think I mentioned this before we went on the air. Dude has been getting some pointed questions directly to him because of the Stephen Colbert fallout, and dude said that they did not have an agreement to get rid of Colbert as part of inking that Paramount deal. But he would not deny that he and Trump had some deal on the side going into this, going into this merger. So what that means, I don't know. But I mean, he's got the influence to say get rid of that show and keep this one if he wants to. And I don't know. So there may be some validity to some of these things he's talking about for Paramount affiliates. Now, by the same token, like a Jimmy Kimmel or somebody that don't give a fuck is on ABC. Is not as susceptible, but still, it's just an odd coincidence that these things are happening under the parent company of these shows. That insult. Yeah, I don't know about Charlemagne's show. Who owns
I think that's Radio 1.
Is that Radio One? Well, shit,
Yeah.
you have to follow the money sometime and figure out who owns Radio One and who owns that shit that owns Radio One, because fuck around and be another one of these cronies and shit. But you
Yep.
know, the other odd thing that we didn't discuss beforehand, take on Mickey Fax's opinion that Lupe being a better lyricist than Kendrick.
Damn, that statement pissed V-Ray off so much he blacked out. All right, so what's my take on Mickey Fax's opinion that Lupe is a better lyricist than Kendrick? No. Lupe is very dope. But if you look at, to me, if you look at bodies of work, Lupe's bodies of work just don't stand up to Kendrick's. Yeah, you're right. Marcus said he ain't even been in office for a year. Like dude said, folks don't want a West Coast artist as the best lyricist. I agree, Ron, because they keep trying to find these people like this person, that person. But I think personally, Kendrick is a hard man to beat right now. And that's not just with, what he did with Drake, but it's also what he did with Drake, all his albums. You go back and listen to his albums, and he actually got a Pulitzer Prize for, The Pimp a Butterfly. Agree, Shannon. She said they hate seeing this on top. Yeah, because I'm like, there's no reason that, like, why is Lupe entering the chat right now? It's almost like they're trying to scramble to find anybody that they think could be dope enough to overtake Kendrick or dope enough to be better. I just, like I said, I like Lupe. Excuse me. I think Lupe is very dope. Yeah, like my pops is just saying, like, you look at that performance that he did on, I think it was like late night, either Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, where he just did a song that's not on no album or nothing called Blue Faces, and he smashed it and he killed it. Like and I mean, you go all the way back to was it Section 80? You go all the way back to those albums. Like lyrically, he's always been that guy. But I think now that you have his lyricism mixed with his bodies of work and his success from his bodies of work, I don't think you can put Lupe up against him. I don't think there's many people to me right now who you could put up against Kendrick and think it's going to be a fair fight, especially after what he did to your man, especially after what he did to the final boss. Like I said, I don't think Lupe has enough bodies of work to say that, you know what I'm saying, he can be better. I ain't saying Lupe said that, but like, for somebody to say that Lupe is better than Kendrick, I just like, what would be the measurement? You know what I mean? Like, what's the measurement you're using to say that he's better than Lupe? I mean, that Lupe is better than Kendrick. What you think, Ray? Yeah. What's the context?
Yeah, because I mean, one, that's a stretch to begin with, but I'll be curious in what context it came up in. Does Lupe have a new album coming out, or niggas trying to like coattail ride on Kendrick and start like some beef-esque shit to
right?
You know what I'm saying? Get the old boy's name out there, because on the surface, that's not even a real conversation. You know what I mean? I mean, I like Lupe. Don't get me wrong. Lupe's dope as shit, but it's like, bro, when you say that, if you said Lupe's dope, I'm with you. I'm marching. But if you say Lupe's doper than Kendrick, it's like,
Yeah, yeah. That's a different conversation, right?
Yeah, right.
Marcus said they throwing toilet paper and water bottles at Drake shows. That's crazy. Why would you go to a show to throw stuff at him though? I mean, you bought an expensive ass ticket to hate. Nobody is really topping Kendrick lyrically right now. Period. I don't think so either. Summer, like, I think he's that guy right now. Y'all need to leave that man alone. Kendrick has had no bad albums. Not many artists can say that. Not Jay-Z or even
that puts a target on his back, though.
Well, yeah, because now he is the king.
Yeah,
he took out the guy that was the king, so now he is the king. So that means there's gonna be people taking shots. There's gonna be people trying to come for the throne. But like I said, I just I like J. Cole too. Yes, I like Jay, but even dope as Jay is, I don't think Jay is effing with Kendrick right now. And I say that with all due respect after, Jay did his like response to to he initially responded to Kendrick. Like, I don't think he was fit to try to go up against Kendrick. V-Ray, you frozen. When you check out those YouTube breakdowns of his album, it gets even deeper. They have TED Talks about this shit. I agree. All right, there you go. I think you're back now. You sound like an android.
Yeah,
like,
man. I might have that phone rang and that fucked everything up. I might still have to like reboot my phone because it won't go into landscape mode. But it's cool. I mean, yeah, that was a pointless. That I don't know if that was for clicks or what the fuck. What's the name? Mickey Fax was talking about, but it got us talking. I guess.
Instead of people listening to his music, understand and appreciate what he's presenting, they're going to be listening to critique and dissect. That's a good point. I want to ask you this while we're on this topic. Chat, V-Ray and chat, I want to ask y'all this. What do you think of what Jim Jones said when Jim Jones said he's better than Nas? Or he feel like he's more relevant than Nas? Like he said he's been making better music than Nas as of late. What do you think of that? I will say I think Jim Jones is making some of the best music he's ever made, but I don't know if that qualifies to make him better than Nas.
The other thing is, what is that music? If you have to ask, then it probably ain't that fucking relevant. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck Jim Jones has done lately and shit. So I was never checking for Jim Jones anyway. No disrespect to him. I know that there's some stuff of his that I've liked in the past, but I'm just saying, like, nobody's like, nigga, that new Jim Jones. I heard Jim Jones got something coming soon and all that shit. That's like our friends and family. I don't know
nothing outside of balling.
He got the friends and family plan for his fucking his audience and shit. It's like that's
Shannon said Jim Jones is a clown. I only know one song. Nas is on the Mount Rushmore. That's Ron. Marcus said he laughed. Yeah, Summer. He said that. He said right now he feel like he's more relevant to the culture right now because he feel like more of the younger generation knows him than knows Nas, which might be true, but that's because he's always in the mix doing shit for clicks. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's always his shit is being known for, to me, less than music, more for like saying wild shit or beefing with his ex-homeboys. You know what I mean? Like the stuff he's being known for right now to me ain't because he's been known for like making music. Like he's known because of like certain shit that went viral.
Right. Yeah, man.
Brian said he really flying high on that dope.
But see, I think niggas come out their ass with stuff like that just to stay in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? That has to be what it's about. Like, you know, just saying some outrageous shit is like a distraction move with releasing Martin Luther King's, you know, report on his assassination and shit. Like, why now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And why this?
Yeah.
Like, why? What do you have out other than that shit? Like you said, for clicks, there's no music, nothing musically that's making any noise.
Stephanie said that's just like Trick Daddy bringing his old ass out the woodwork, talking about women over 35 or damaged goods.
Again, who asked you? Ask your ass, Trick Daddy. First off, right. Nigga, why? Coming out.
Oh, that's right. See, Shannon said they know him from Love and Hip Hop. So that's the younger generation knows him because of Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so the things he's known for, why he seems to be more culturally relevant, is not because of music. Right, Willie. Ron said, then you look at Nas as doing as a businessman, and he taught them pretty much in life. Well, like V-Ray said, they're like, what, you know, I think people are saying stuff and there's no way to contextualize it. Like they just really saying wild stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like
the
Tourette, fact that he
niggas got Tourette syndrome and shit.
Yeah, man. Like I don't understand it. But I do like that if y'all listen to Nas's verse on the Clips album, I feel like he lightweight addressed it without saying his name. He like, I ain't gonna say his name basically, but he flamed the hell out of Jim Jones. So listen to Nas's verse on the Clips album, and he flamed the hell out of him. She said, shit, I basically know him from Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, like to me, he's more known for Love and Hip Hop than music. So when he talks about he's more known in the culture, I think he's talking about two different things, right? Because you talk about culturally music, no. Maybe if you're talking about culturally what the young kids are on and what the young kids know, yeah, maybe. But those are two different things.
Yeah.
So you can't say because I'm known for loving hip hop, I'm better than Nas at rap. You know what I'm saying? Like you conflating two things. You conflating two things that don't really go together.
Right. Yeah, that's
Clips got the
wild.
second best album since Dot's work. Hey, I think so. To me, some of the top albums of this year, you know, just to get into it real quick, of course, the Dot album, the Clips album, but y'all keep leaving out that damn Tyler the Creator Chromacopia. That Chromacopia album is amazing. That is an incredible album. Y'all better stop leaving my boy out. Stop leaving Tyler the Creator out.
Yeah.
That album is amazing. Like I'm talking about amazing production, concept. It's a dope concept album. He put that thing together.
The visuals.
The visuals. He put that thing together really well.
Yeah.
I know he kind of got, you know, sidelining because it was like right in the mix of the Kendrick and Drake stuff. But hey, man, the Chromacopia album is right up there with the Kendrick and Clips album, in my opinion. Steph said even if he was known for something more than just loving hip hop, like if he had other projects going on that we all knew about, maybe he could fix his mouth to think he was more relevant. But that's all he does. Ron said, yeah, he got that album third. Yeah, that Chromacopia album is crazy. Like, yeah, I love that album. Like you said, I love the visual. I love the whole rollout. I love the way he did the rollout. I love, you know, the character he made for that. Like, hey, bro, is like Tyler Creator is really talented, and you could tell he's the child of Pharrell listening to that album. Because a lot of that stuff really feels like some Pharrell records. I think Pharrell actually co-produced some of those records with him too, and he said he learned a lot from Pharrell and been around him, and you could really tell. Like even on the dance album that he did, there's a couple songs like these sound like these could have been NERD songs.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Yeah,
but you know, I think people throw around, or like journalists and shit, throw around the term visionary quite liberally a lot of times. But I think Tyler really that's really an adjective that defines him.
Describes him. Yeah,
and he's multimedia with his shit. You know, it's not just the lyrics or the track or the music. You know, it's all of those things: the visuals, the concepts of the songs, the concepts of the visuals, the character, like you said, that he created for the whole album. You know what I mean? It's just that's a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? And creativity to me. So you got to have some foresight and some vision to think in those terms. You know.
Stephanie said, I know I'm all over the place, but did you see where Dean Cain said he's an ICE agent now? Dean Cain is trying to do everything he can to destroy his little rep as being a Superman, huh?
I think Dean Cain may have some real psychological shit going on. That motherfucker may be off his meds, some shit.
Because he just and it's crazy when you see these people crashing out for MAGA, and I don't think they understand the benefits that Donald Trump gets for MAGA. Y'all not ever gonna get. And speaking of which, did y'all see when Lawrence Taylor was at the White House and he was like, I don't even know why I'm here, but I'm here to serve the president. Like, I don't even know what we're doing, but
yeah.
I'm like, bro,
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Taylor. They bringing back I don't know what it's called, but you know, back when we was in elementary school, they had the presidential fitness thing where you had to run a mile, do 100 jumping. Yeah, they're bringing the presidential fitness thing back, and you know, they had a bunch of athletes. They had like Triple H, and you know, because he's all tied in with all the WWE people, because you know, Linda McMahon is his Secretary of Education and stuff like that. So he bought Triple H. It was some other people back there. I can't remember who, but I just know Lawrence Taylor did the speech. And he basically like, yeah, I don't even know what per diem is. He's like, I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm here to serve the president. I was like, this is crazy. Ron said CTE live on TV. Yeah. That's what it looked like. Because he literally just like, I'm like, why did they even put this man behind the mic? He was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here, but you know, whatever the president needs from me, I got him. I'm like, so they just got a bunch of athletes and just like come to the White House.
Yeah, this shit's crazy. Oh boy, yeah. He noted what's his name was there and shit. He's like, I wish I would have got him to come to this thing today. What's the wrestler's name you said was there?
Triple H.
Is it Triple H? And he's standing right there. Like they're like, oh, he's over there. He's like, oh yeah, he's right over there. Like, motherfucker, how y'all all assemble in this room you say he's one of your favorite wrestlers, which of course is obviously a lie, and the motherfucker's like 4 feet from you, 6 feet from you, and you're like, too bad Triple H couldn't make it. It's like, I know when they're on the camera, they have the screen that shows you what the view looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't see like over here. To my right is this dude I'm talking about ain't here. Standing in front too, not standing behind other motherfuckers. I don't know.
We are in the dumbest timeline. You know,
it's almost
we
like
need
dumb is a requirement.
Yeah, like Thanos, where are you when we need you? Snap us to another timeline, man, because this one is too dumb to be believed. If I sat you down 20 years ago and said, "Hey, in 2025, this is what's gonna happen," you probably been like, "Man, get the fuck out."
Yeah, you'd be on some 51-50 shit. I mean,
Ooh, now this is a good debate. All right, chat. Shannon Perkins says, "Do you have GNX or Clips for album of the year?" Woo!
you know what I'm gonna say, so let me let you go ahead and answer.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. I love the GNX album. Oh, but that Clips. To me, the Clips album feel like a damn near perfect album.
Yeah.
Like I feel like GNX had just a couple misses, which that's the difference in margins when you're talking about album of the year, right? Like when you're talking about the best of the best. I think the Clips album is perfection. Sonically,
Definitely sonically.
Sonically, it's and beat wise. I feel like if I had to pick today, I probably would pick the Clips album for album of the year. What about you?
I think I would as well. I think they just have that consistency with every record on the album. I think though, now here's the only caveat is that if you weighed in cultural impact, then no question that
GNX.
would take it. But just as a body of art work and all that, I think the Clips have it. But the other thing that I know I was about to get all the motherfuckers in the chat about to start lighting their torches and get their pitchforks and shit. But I think that when Kendrick switched up to this battle rap vibe for the whole album, not battle rap vibe for the whole album, but you know what I mean? Every record is taking shots at motherfuckers and shit like that. You changed your MO a little bit, and I think that even though it was a hit record and he's got a bunch of hits on it and he's touring off the shit and did the Super Bowl based on it and all that, I still think that was a step down from him persona wise, you know what I'm saying, for what he had stood for culturally up to that point. So I think that may be a chink in his armor. It's not a disqualifier necessarily because the album is still a great record in a lot of instances, and the cultural impact, the pop up, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff that's related to it. But I think that in my personal ruler that I'm measuring these two projects by, that I also have to consider that piece of it. So I think that the Clips got him on the album of the year for sonic and artistic reasons, but culture, it's no question. The fucking Clips album ain't even been out long enough to have the type of impact that and I don't think it's destined for that. It's just a good ass album. It's not like changing.
Well, I think it's going to be a big cultural impact, but I think it's going to be different.
It'll be different.
Yeah, I think it'll be like setting it in a different space in regards to what we talked about earlier about opening the door for more older artists to make
and level
new, you know what I mean? Like I think the cultural impact gonna be different in some ways. Let me read this comment from Stephanie about your boy Donald Trump. She said, like I said, he was never on a career path or had education for the presidency. He dropped out from a pinata into the sea. So social media entertainment is all he knows. And that's where his focus is. Yeah, for sure. Ron said, I discussed this with my cousin and he's from Compton. He said it's too close to measure. I can't be mad at that assessment. Because I think it's very close, but I like what V Ray said about, like, I think Kendrick will probably get it just because of the overall cultural impact that album has had, because it was huge culturally. It was and is a huge album culturally. I think GNX is last year's album of the year, and Clips is this year's. You cheating, Ryan? That's a cop out. That's a cop out. Trying to say both. I don't think that this is going to be the path that Kendrick stays on. I really believe he only did the album to follow up the beef. Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. I think they will be considered for 2025. Yeah, like I said.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we're able to have this conversation because we have two albums that are this good. You know what I mean? And again, I got to throw honorable mention to Chromacopia. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we have music this good to talk about and discuss in this manner, based on the art, not based on scandal, not based on controversy, not based on clickbait shit, but like literally based on like the merits of a good body of work. So I feel like, even, with V Ray's caveat, I think GNX is an amazing body of work. Even with people saying, "Oh, the Clips always talk about the same thing." I don't give a damn. They know how to talk about the same thing hella good. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the market cornered on coke rap, but I don't even think this album is really just coke rap. I think this album was like a whole bunch of different things. They just know how to talk really, really expensive and make you feel poor.
Yeah, I like the track that they did about losing their parents and shit like that.
Yeah, man, that one hit me. That one hit me.
Yeah, so they have some other topics on there.
Yeah,
and the production though, bro, is just like, damn.
Hey, Pharrell acting like he hungry. Pharrell did that album like he needed a check.
I hope so, man. I don't hope he's broke, but I hope he gets in that hunger vein again, because all these fucking boy purses and fucking weird glasses and fashion shit. Like, nigga, do a beat, motherfucker. Like, what?
Looking like a little Chinese woman.
And do a fucking track. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see that he's back, because his vibe is still vibing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he's coming back and trying to resurrect some shit that's like, that was cool 10 years ago, but I don't see that now.
Yeah, no, he found something.
Yet.
Yeah, he found something. Dotted riding last year's wave. That Clips is a constant repeat since it dropped. That's the one, the one about the parents. Yeah, like I said, it was like, I feel like they matured a lot on this album. I feel like you could hear the growth, and I feel like Clips always had a voice, right? But I feel like they figured out the mature version of the grinding Clips. They figured out the adult version of that on this album. And like you said, just like musically as a piece of art, I think it's an incredible record. It's an incredible album. I think GNX had the extra benefit of having a Not Like Us on it. It had the benefit of having like literally the biggest record of the year on it, which is why it'll probably edge out Clips record for album of the year, just because it literally had the biggest record of the year on that album. He said it's just good to have Malice back, for real, Ron. I missed him, and I love the solo, the solo albums, but it ain't nothing like when them brothers get together. You know what I mean? Like, they magical.
Hey, question for you, man. What's the fiscal year that they use when measuring the year of the record? Is it not all just 2024 stuff, and they're just doing the awards now, or is it
depends on the award show? But like, I know, like, because I know the Grammys is like something like they start, you have to release it between like March and September or something like that. Like, there's a window.
Yeah. So the Clips aren't even in the running in this award show then, because their record just came out not too long ago. It would be considered for next year.
Yeah. Like Shannon said, Not Like Us is. It wasn't on GNX? Oh, I thought that was on GNX. She said none of the diss records were on GNX. I thought Not Like Us was on there. No, Not Like Us is on GNX.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it is on there.
Yeah, the other ones ain't Euphoria and all that, but I think Not Like Us is on GNX. Yeah, so I don't think they'll probably be considered for next year's. Well, basically this year's, because 2024 is like what Kendrick will be considered for it. Oh, so who's in the running? I know you was telling us earlier, V-Ray. Who's in the running for album of the year?
From the VMA perspective.
From the VMA perspective, let's talk about that.
That is The Weeknd, Sabrina Carpenter, Bad Bunny, Kendrick, of course, Lady Gaga's album, and Morgan Wallen.
Okay, so the Bad Bunny album is incredible.
Yeah, he had a good record.
Yeah, Bad Bunny record is crazy. Sabrina Carpenter has a really good album. You know, I got a 13-year-old daughter, so I've heard a lot of what's that song? Espresso.
I didn't think Lady Gaga's record was that big this year. Apparently, it was. If it's up for album of the year, but I thought it was kind of a splash in the pan.
Yeah, I actually like Gaga's music, but I haven't listened to this new album yet. I need to check it out. Who else you said? Who else you said is
The
in the running?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd album. I feel like The Weeknd is I think he's been very experimental art wise with with what he's doing. Hold on. Steph said I heard at her most recent show she had Earth, Wind and Fire come out and perform and just let them rock out. She didn't try to sing with them or anything like that. She just gave them their flowers. Who Steph?
That was Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah.
Oh, really? Sabrina Carpenter brought Earth, Wind and Fire out? That's crazy.
Was that Coachella? Stephanie, I forgot what it was.
That's kind of dope.
So maybe not Coachella. I forgot what it was.
Hey, well, let me tell you something. These pop artists have been giving flowers though, because Dua Lipa was in London and she brought Jamiroquai out. And same thing, Steph. Let Jamiroquai come out and just do some of his jams. And she just was like a fan. She was on the side like singing like a fan. And I love that and I appreciate that. Like I love that she's bringing Earth, Wind and Fire to her audience, and I think that's really big, really dope of her. And I wish back to what Lollapalooza. I wish what me and V-Ray talked about earlier. I wish we did more of that for our older artists. You know what I mean? Like I definitely think we need to do more of that, like giving them their flowers and giving them those bigger platforms. Like Sabrina did for Earth, Wind and Fire, because that's just something that is going. Earth, Wind and Fire always find a way back into the zeitgeist somehow. Like a song will be in a movie, or like September and the Trolls, so it brings a whole new, a whole new audience to them, or a whole new check to them.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, so shout out to Earth, Wind and Fire, man, and shout out to Sabrina Carpenter for bringing them out. I think that's super dope.
Yeah,
if you ain't heard, if you ain't heard Earth, Wind and Fire, turn the radio off. You'll be surprised, Ron. You would be surprised, especially these young kids. A lot of these young kids don't hear a lot of stuff, like how our parents, like we kind of grew up on our music and our parents' music. A lot of times these kids, because they got earbuds, they don't hear their parents' music no more. They hear just their music because they got earbuds. They can just put their earbuds on and only listen to what they know. But I do find like my daughter discover a lot of old records on like the YouTube shorts and stuff like that. So like I'll be singing along with, and they be like, this? I'm like, bro, this song is old.
Yeah, but she has an appreciation gene that some people her age don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the musical legacy of your family, it makes sense that she hears something. Oh, that melody's dope, and it's like from 1974 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, she gave me one of the best Father's Day presents ever. She made a playlist of a lot of the songs she remembered that I played for her when she was a kid, and the songs that she wanted to introduce to me. And it was such a good playlist. I'm like, this girl got amazing taste. Like,
yeah,
like the playlist, the Father's Day playlist was killer. Stephanie said, what pisses me off about the younger generation that they use all the older generation music to create their music, but then shit on them. Exactly, Stephanie. Exactly. They in a running for greatest hits of all time.
They don't even know the origin. That's more ignorance than bowel movements. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll take a record like I don't know, just a terrible example. MC Hammer, old joint, flip it, slow it down, sing some R&B over it, be like, yeah, that's that's that old school, that's that Hammer song, but Hammer sampled Rick James. You don't even know who Rick James is. So it's inadvertent doo-doo, Stephanie, baby. You know what I'm saying? They're too ignorant to know the origin of the music half the time. That's what Masad does. He's like, oh, you like that song? They sampled I don't know, somebody that's out like 4 years ago and shit. Like,
yeah.
actually, let me sit down, son. Sit down. Let me talk to you.
Yeah. Like that's 2 samples removed now.
Yeah. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Yeah. These parents are listening to the same music as the children. It's very different now. That's true too, Summer. We got a lot of ratchet parents who get ratchet with the kids. So I get it.
Yeah, I don't mind a little ratchetness personally, every now and then, but
me too.
But my palate is just that way, though. I'm listening to stuff, light years before me, and all the way up to what's out now. So, different strokes for different folks. But you're right, man. It would be nice to see a lot more of these
new artists
that these new artists are standing on the shoulders of and don't even know it, and bring them out and give them their acknowledgement and stuff like that, especially artists that are in those situations where they got ripped off and shit,
Yeah, exactly.
Like
What's crazy? I had an Uber driver today, and she was like, "Yeah, I had a song stolen from me. I gotta find it." And she played this old like Detroit Motown, like it was like one of them old Detroit Motown joints. And she was like, "Yeah, I wrote the song with him, and he was supposed to wait for me to go to the studio with him to sign a contract, and he went without me and took the song." And she said that ended up being the only hit that he had was the record he stole from her because he couldn't write his own.
Wow.
What's his name? Will Hatcher? No, not Willie Hutch. It was like Will Hatcher. He had one song. What will I do without your love?
Will Hatcher discography. Let's see what he's got. Willie Calvin Hatcher. This and That, It Takes Two, Searching, Good Things Come to Those Who Wait. You got quality.
Robert Hatcher. Is it Robert Hatcher?
Robert Hatcher? There is a Will Hatcher.
No, I think it's Will Hatcher. It was Will Hatcher.
What was the song she mentioned?
I think it was like "What Will I Do Without Your Love" or something like that.
Who Am I Without You, Baby?
Yeah. Okay. Like, what will I do without your love? Or something like that.
Who's got a woman like mine? Searching. Yeah, well, this may not be him because I found a discography. He had 9 records out on a few different labels. And the closest to that was Who Am I Without You?
I'm going to try to remember. Or the Gene Hatcher. It's something. I'm going to find it. And I'm out. I'm fine. I just don't name it. I do remember something like "What Will I Do Without Your Love" or something like that. What's the name of that song? Yeah. Anyway, it was just interesting. She said the two of you remind me of my old ass uncles trying to remember something. Well, I'm
Googling. My memory ain't shit. Yeah, no, I don't trust myself to remember jack shit if I can verify it online in some other kind of way. I'll be wrong as 2 left shoes and shit. Be banging that shit. It's called sweet potato, motherfucker. No, nigga, it's called hot potato.
Right. That's that one difference.
I'm that dude. But anyway, so what else we got today, man? Did we do
I think that was everything, man. We covered all of our bases. We covered all our bases.
Oh, the race to gerrymander. What about the gerrymander?
The race to gerrymander. So the Republicans in Texas was on some like, hey, if we switch up these borders, we can get 5 more seats. We can get 5 more seats and basically take the voting power out of the black folks in those areas.
Yeah. Well, Trump then requested it.
Yeah, Trump requested it. But then Gavin Newsom like, okay, cool. If you do that, we could do it in California and we could probably pull 9 seats out. So, and then the Democrats basically left the state like, y'all can't vote if we ain't here. So they left the state to stop them from being able to even vote on it. And then Gavin Newsom was like, basically like, hey, not only will California do it, I will tell all of the Democrat-run states to gerrymander to get more seats if that's what we're doing. Now, this is what I want to ask you. Do you think? Because some people are going to be like, "Oh, now the Democrats are playing just like the Republicans." I think it's about time.
Oh,
I,
absolutely.
I think it's about time they fight back instead of trying like y'all. Damn this moral high ground shit y'all be trying to do. That's over with. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all keep
Yeah.
trying to have this moral high ground while they just changing laws and running amok. Like, no, y'all need to run amok with them. Y'all need to get down in the mud with them. Like, if they gonna do these suits, do these suits. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I
Willie said
completely.
New York said they joining Cali too. Yeah, that's so if you get like New York, Cali, because we some of the biggest economic superpowers in the whole United States.
Yeah. Yeah, and like what Gavin Newsom threatened before about withholding the tax money collected in the state that goes to support other states and shit. New York and California do that shit. That'll be a fucking definitely hobble the administration of what they're trying to do. And play the same kind of dirty pool that the Republicans are playing, because it's real now. It's like if they get the shit that they want in place, the elections are going away. Like I mentioned before about those couple of states that didn't even have elections. They were due to have elections this fall, and they were like, we're just not having one. We're gonna do it
we're just not gonna
next
do it
year and shit like that. But in the meantime, they're trying to get these Senate seats shuffled and shit like that, where they can vote on shit like increasing the number of terms that the president can have and all this other illegal shit. And they'll have the votes to do that kind of shit, and then there won't be any more elections. And I heard today that Trump is about to fire all the board of the United States Postal Service and bring the Postal Service under the Department of Commerce, so it's run by the president, because the Postal Service is an independent agency right now. But if it's run by the president, he can dictate policy and shit like that. And they've already taken a bunch of mailboxes out of neighborhoods. I don't know if you've noticed that, but where I live, there used to be a bunch of mailboxes in the neighborhood, and now I think there's 2 mailboxes around that I know of, and one of them is at least about 4 miles from here. I just happened to pass it, like, oh shit, a mailbox. You know what I'm saying? So that was one way they were trying to deter early voting, but they're going after the delivery system for those early votes, or what's considered late, and when they get time stamped, before or after midnight and shit like that, disqualifying or qualifying the vote to even be counted and shit like that. So they're rigging this shit in the ways that can be done. So the Democrats definitely got to level up and do some outrageously underhanded shit. They need like 10 Jasmine Crockett's, and you know what I'm saying, to like match the energy that the Republicans are giving right now. I mean, some fearless motherfuckers,
Willie said the governor of New York said all's fair in war. Stephanie said, I was happy to hear that they did that, because if Mike can hold people hostage until they could get that big, beautiful bill passed, then the Democrats have the right to leave and hold up the votes. Yeah, it's about time y'all, like, I was just like, I've been for like months, like, y'all got to do something. New York and Cali would get a damn 21 seats just between the two of them. Exactly. So I'm just like, if that's what we own, that's what we own. We keep that same energy. Stephanie said, I don't care what people think about Gavin Newsom. He's what white people call a thug. He is not playing with Donald Trump. He's going pound for pound. Yeah, like, look, I know it's all probably a precursor for him running for president. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but it's gangster. It's gangster, and I'm with it. Like they say, oh, y'all going to gerrymander? Because usually they be like, we're not going to gerrymander. The Democrats like, we want to follow the democratic process. No, you can't do that if they're not doing that. If you're going up against somebody, like if you like, we're going to play by the rules like this. We're going to play chess, and we're going to go piece by piece. And then somebody just like, I'm just slapping all this shit off the board. I win. You can't play by the regular rules.
Right.
You can't play by the regular rules with them, man. Hold on real quick. There we go. I had to remove you and bring you back. You was stuck. Look like an old R&B album cover. You was like,
there you go, Stephanie. I'm coming now, baby. Hey, but I thought it was crazy too that the way that they're rewriting the district in Texas, they did away with Jasmine Crockett's district. Her as a
Yeah,
district
trying to get her out of her
representative.
seat.
Her seat don't exist no more and shit.
Dude, it's so crazy, and I'm just like, they just doing it and they just getting away with it. That's why
And
I'm
I've
like,
been watching. Go ahead.
I would say whoever the next Democratic president is, I don't want to hear nothing about what you can't do.
Yeah.
Ever again, I don't want to hear nothing about what we can't do and what process. Because you had somebody who came in here and said, "F the process. I'm gonna get done what I said I was gonna get done, lawful or not." And he ain't facing not a nair consequence. Going
And he's
against the
doing.
grain on everything.
They're renaming those military bases back to the Confederate names.
Yeah.
Trump signed the order today to put up a Confederate statue in Washington. I forgot who it's for, but I just read that before we came online. That old boy is approved some Confederate statue today. Let me see.
That's crazy, man.
But
Who
yeah,
celebrates the losers?
he's like, fuck what y'all talking about.
Yeah,
I'm doing this over here.
It's crazy, man. So yeah, I think that's everything. I know Steph asked about Nicki Minaj and Dez Bryant. I don't know nothing about that, Steph. Shannon. I don't know nothing about what happened with Nicki Minaj and Dez Bryant.
I'm together or like what's the rumor?
Don't get me lying.
Together and broke up.
Don't get me lying. I have no idea. I'm so
no.
tired
I'm talking about Shannon. Spill the tea, Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon. Let us know what it is because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, my bad. He didn't approve new statues, but he's reinstating statues that were removed in D.C. Honoring Confederate, commemorating the Confederacy.
Okay,
but still, I mean, the shit's gone, and you're gonna bring them back, and I'm sure they destroyed the motherfucker. But this nigga's like, make a new one. Confederate General Albert Pike is seen in a park near the headquarters of the Department of Labor.
Stephanie said, because how the Republicans operate and how timid the Democrats are, even if a Democratic president got in office and tried to do what the Republicans are doing now, they wouldn't get away with it. The way the Republicans are getting away with it right now, the Republicans are going to do whatever they possibly can to make sure the Democrats and their president go down.
Well, do the same thing. Get some naked pictures of motherfuckers and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Do all the blackmail and all the shit that the Republicans are doing. It's a dirty game, you know?
Yeah, so, like everybody got to fight dirty. That's the thing, Steph. Shannon said she offered him $10 million to fight her husband. Yeah,
what?
The dumbest timeline, man. We are in the dumbest timeline.
Put out an album, Nicki Minaj. Fuck the $10 million fight and shit. Just put out a record that actually relevant.
This is so dumb, bro. Like I feel like I'm losing brain cells.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And these motherfuckers know better though. Like Nicki's a veteran in the industry and shit at this point. Like, you know.
But that's what happens when you get hase frio, as they say. She's ice cold, so she's trying to figure out how to stay relevant.
Yeah, well, that ain't it. Put out a fucking record. You know what I'm saying? Do your job. Call Pharrell. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shannon said we might have a chance if we get rid of these old white Democrats. That's the problem. We ain't gonna get rid of the old white Democrats. That's the problem right there. Willie said for 10 million, I'll square him up.
Shit,
I think we'll all fight that nigga
for 5. Shit.
Right. Like I'll fight him for I'll take 3. I'll take 3 to fire on him.
Niggas underbid each other until we get the gig. I'll fight him for $10. And a Vons Club card. Yeah, that's some crazy shit. Now I'm gonna have to go look into that shit. Well played, Nicki. God damn it, because otherwise I would not be interested in some dumb shit like that.
He said, "Well played." You like, this is dumb. Okay, let me go look into it.
Yeah, let me just make sure it's super stupid. And
she got me.
Talk about it next
make
week.
Sure it's super stupid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
well, man, we want to thank everybody who joined us on the show today. Appreciate everybody in the comments. I love when y'all got the comments popping like this, man. This is when the show is at its best. When the chat is on the move like this, man. I appreciate y'all. No, I didn't see that. Stephanie said, I know this is kind of old, but did you hear about the American Idol music director and her husband being killed?
No. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
No, I didn't hear about that. Damn, I'm gonna have to look that up too. Sunday on the 10th, she said it's up there with the Clarissa and Layla Ali fight, and completely unnecessary. Shannon, dumb. More, you know what I'm saying? Completely unnecessary. So this Sunday we're gonna be at the Savoy. It's called the Free Space now, but y'all know it as a Savoy. Come from 4 to 7 for the first Wild Bunch Gospel sing along brunch, hosted by Cookie. She's an amazing singer, amazing performer. She's gonna make sure y'all have fun too. And then Wild Bunch is gonna be moving our karaoke night to Champions on like 106 and Prairie, August 20th. So we're gonna pop the link up for that soon as well. Yeah, we got a lot going on, man. So come join us Sunday. We're gonna have a good time. You can still get the tickets online. The food is good there. It's a great ambiance, and we're gonna make sure the entertainment is on point. And when we do the karaoke night on the 20th, we're gonna have a guest DJ from my old school Laker fan, Cedric Sabalos, is gonna be there DJing with us. He's gonna be the guest DJ on August 20th. So check us out. Like I said, Wild Bunch. Y'all want to follow the Wild Bunch Facebook page. If you're on the Wild Bunch Facebook page, you probably got a direct invite to the Gospel Brunch. And if there's, you need to get the links and stuff, look on my page and all that. Yeah, we wanted to bring it a little closer. We figured if we bought a little closer, we might get some more people. So we bring it in closer, bring it in the Inglewood. So hopefully some more of our folks can come. I know Hollywood is like, you got to make life decisions to come to Hollywood, especially on the start. But so the thing is, the catch to that is, Steph, we're probably going to be doing Wednesday nights at this spot. But so that means if we do 2 Wednesdays a night, then it'll only be 2 Wild Thought shows, unless we do like Wild Thoughts on like a Thursday or something or that week. But we'll figure it out. Because we can't miss y'all like that. We can't leave y'all hanging like that. So yeah, we appreciate y'all. Until next time, we are out of here.
Stop the world, let me off. I don't like this destination. I like a transfer to the express line. I gotta get off. Electric slide into the double doors of life. Things are changing and it ain't the way I like. On the replay.